Welcome. I'm going to show you some of the key points that I've learned as I've moved through this journey towards becoming an administrative leader. So as I was working throughout the past few weeks, I thought I was going to start coming with a lot of answers and figuring out how I want to become an administrator. And what I found, and through the variety of questions you can see, I'm actually leaving with more questions than when I started with. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It just definitely defines where I need to go and the amount of work that I have to do moving forward. Here is my self-inventory, and while I spent a lot of time filling this in, I really think it helped me realize my strengths, my weaknesses, especially since I hadn't looked at a lot of these standards before. They were new to me. My strengths would be in instruction and ethics, obviously, looking at the chart. And I definitely need to work with the community and communicating with those resources that are available, and also creating that clear vision, as you'll see in the next slide. So in vision, I really, one quote that I had found, you've got to think about big things while you're doing small things, so the big things go in the right direction. That really had me think about, you want to work with your teachers and staff members within the building to really work towards that bigger picture. And I think as an administrator with a strong vision and having everybody on board working to do the small things every day really will help you move into that direction of that overarching vision for a school. Working with instruction, I think the main piece here would be differentiating in so many different areas. And you'll notice at the top of the slide, I have this banner that says teacher to student to parent to administrator to teacher. And I think, you really need to make sure that all of these people are involved in the process of instruction. One thing I think would be helpful is you need the teacher to support the student and also to the parent, but you need the administrator to support the teacher, because you need to make sure this team is constantly flowing in order to have success throughout. Developing a strong management system, you really want to be working on those ideas of best practices, and I think if you can share your enthusiasm with all of the community members, you'd have a better chance of getting everybody on board, and providing feedback really would be helpful as well. The community and the school culture, you always want to keep in mind who are those people that are belonging, how do they know they belong, who are the insiders, and in my paper I definitely answered those quite often, and even in our reflections that was something I commonly had reported on, and it's always the students that we want to be working towards progressing. And ethics, I think everybody in the school system usually does a great job with that. We want to make sure that everybody's making decisions each day and they're reflecting on the policies here on the right: honesty, respect, responsibility, fairness, compassion. I think we want to make sure that not only do we hold our teachers to this standard and staff members to the standards, but also your students, just to provide a better learning environment for all. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela really had a great outlook on that. I think what's important when we're working with school committees and superintendents is that we really realize that the purpose of public education is to produce students that are going to move on into our society and hopefully help us with a productive nation. And again, I love this slide. In conclusion, it just really gives us that idea that the vision is the most important part of our project. Thank you.